Hi guys, this is Manvi Singh. I am a law student of IME Law College and I am a legal intern in Lexington Company. So the topic is terrorism, a big threat to humanity. The promotion and protection of human rights for all the rules of law is essential to all components of the strategy. Recognizing the effect counter terrorism measures the promotions of human rights are not conflicting goals but complementary, are mutually reinforcing. So the human cost of terrorism have been felt in virtual and every corner of globe. Terrorism has a very real and direct impact on human rights, with devastating consequence for the enjoyment of right to life, liberty, physical integrity, and of victim. In addition to these individual costs, in terrorism can destabilize government, undermine civil society, jeopardize peace and society, and threat social and economic development. Society of the individual is a basic human right, and the protection of the individual is according to fundamental right obligation of government. Now the states therefore have an obligation to ensure the human rights of their nations. In recent year, however, the measure adopted by the state to counter terrorism have themselves often posed a serious challenges to human rights and the rule of law. Some states have engaged in torture and other ill treatment to counter terrorism. While the legal and practical safeguard available to prevent torture, such as regular and independent monitoring of detention, censure, have often been disregarded. So now the other states have returned suspected of engaging in terrorism activity to countries where they face a real risks of torture or other serious human right abuse, thereby violating the international legal obligation or of non-refoulement. So now the independency of judiciary has been undermined in some place, while the use of exceptional court to try civilians, but had an important on the effectiveness of regular court system. Now what is terrorism? Terrorism is commonly understood to refer to act of violence that target civilians in the pursuit of political or ideological aims. In legal term, although the international community has yet to adopt the comprehensive definition of terrorism, existing declaration, resolution, and universal sectoral territories relating to specific arrest aspects of its defines certain act and core element. In 1994, the General Assembly Declaration on Measure to Eliminate International Terrorism set out in its resolution 4960 stated that terrorism include criminal acts intended or calculated to provoke a state of terror in the general, a group of person or a particular person for a political purpose. Now such act in our circumstances unjustifiable, and whatever the consideration of political, physiological, and ideological, and racial, ethnic, religious, other nature that may be invoked to justify them. 10 years later, the Security Council in its resolution 1556 2004 referred to criminal act including against civilians committed and with the intended to cause death or serious bodily injury or taking hostage, with the purpose to revoke a stage of terrorism or terror in the general public or in a group of public or a particular person. Now the law related to terrorism in India. Terrorism has immediately affected India. The reason for terrorism in India may vary vast for religious cause and other thinking like poverty, unemployed and not development, etc. The Indian Supreme Court take a note of it in Kartar Singh versus State of Punjab 1994 SCC Supreme Court 569, where it observed that the country has been in the firm grip of a spiraling terrorism violence and is caught between the deadly pageanting of disrupted activities. Anti-terrorism law in India have always been a subject of much controversies. One of the argument is that these stands in the way of fundamental right of citizens guarded by the part 3rd of the Constitution. The anti-terrorism law have been enacted before by the legislature and upheld by the judiciary throughout with not the relocated. Now the conclusion of this topic is various suspicion and voice have been raised by the people, NGOs under the pretext of the constitution provisions and equality before and civil rights. All these organizations must keep in mind that the provisions that they are unconstitutional with which reasonable criticism and restrictions can be enforced even upon the liberty of life, and there is need to strengthen law to tackle the terrorism. We also need to bear in mind that much as terrorism keep up pace with emerging technology, the current phenomena being termed as fourth generation warfare, and certainly India also need to fine tune adopt their anti-terrorism to forward to the changes time. So guys, this was all about this topic. Thank you so much listening me. Like, comment and share.